Couple of wheel upgrades today. I don't like the open lug nuts. Dirt gets all in your threads, and of course it's black wheels. I just like the black look, so I went with a black lug nut. So I'm switching out all the lug nuts for these new ones. And also, I know there's some discussion online whether it's a good idea or not, but some people don't agree with the bearing buddies. I'm doing the bearing buddies. Allows you to grease your wheel hubs without having to take anything apart. And I used that in the past with other trailers, and I've never had an issue with it, so I'm doing it on this trailer. Just follow the instructions on the bearing buddy, but it's simple. Pop the dust cap off, put this on, and then you can add more grease right from there. So that's what we're doing today. We'll get it done. Another thing this does is, with it having this key, is someone can't just show up with a four-way and take my tires either, so that's nice. Well, I tried a rubber mallet. The instructions say to use a block of wood and a hammer. The rubber mallet just wasn't getting it, so we're going to try what they say to do. And it snapped right on. I guess I should follow instructions a little more often, huh? And there we go. Bearing buddies installed. Get the other side done and we'll be ready to roll again. Got all the lug nuts changed out, so all the threads are covered so they won't corrode or get all dirty as fast. And you know, I know it's small, but I like having the black lug nuts with the black wheels. Bearing buddy is installed. Yeah, I think the next step for the trailer is we are going to start working on getting all the rest of the outside stuff put up. I've got an awning light. I've got tie downs for the awning we want to get. I want to get everything mounted to the outside and build any backing plates on the inside that I need to. And then I can start insulating, because we have all the insulation and all the internal boards for wall facing here and ready to go. So the faster I can get to this, the faster I can start actually having walls inside, get them textured, get them painted, and then we can really start putting the interior together as far as cabinets and bathroom and bed frame and all that. So pretty excited about that, and we'll get to it. So I've been working on the pass-through doors, getting the deadbolt system set up for locking them. This is going to be the overall thickness. It's about 2.5 inches of my exterior wall, and my doors are going to be the same thickness. Because a standard deadbolt is actually designed for, a standard door is like 1.75 inches. This is too deep, too thick for the mechanism to work proper without buying another kit to add to it to allow it to work with a thicker door. Because it says from the instructions you can buy a kit that this will extend to a 2.25 inch door, which is still thicker. What I did on the back side is I took a hole saw, drilled down about 3/4 inch so that my finished thickness in here is 1.75 inches, and then routed out the remaining pieces. And what that does is I have my deadbolt mounted and it works. But if you look around back, the other piece is sunk in deep. I think that'll also help things shifting around inside the pass-through, hitting stuff. It'll protect that inside knob better. But that's what I'm working on right now, getting these doors ready so that I can get them set in place, figure out the proper setting for the hinges, because I'm probably going to have to router out a little bit for the hinge mount on the doors themselves, but I need to set them in place inside their openings first. So we'll keep working on that and get it done. All right, both doors have the deadbolts installed. Now I just need to square them inside the openings and calculate exactly where the hinges need to go and how much I need to set the hinges into the doors so that the doors sit where I want them. But they're looking good. Now I think I need to get back on the trailer itself so I can get far enough that I can pull the temporary plywood that I've caulked on those openings off of it, so I can work on getting these fitted and all that good stuff. Got the first pass-through door installed. Took me a bit. The gaps aren't bad. Unfortunately, my opening is not perfectly square, so it makes it more interesting trying to size it. Had to do some trimming, and the door's thick enough. I actually had to trim down this inner edge or it would hit the outer wall. I'm still a little concerned that when I PMF this, that the PMF will rub right there. I think when it's closed, it'll be fine. All my gaps look good, but the PMF may rub right there when we're opening and closing it. I guess we'll find out. I may put like a cabinet pole, just a simple cabinet pole on here to help open that up since I don't have anything on it. But the first one is installed and ready to be PMF'd and painted. Well, we fitted the doors, made sure they worked. They do. Now it's time to get to starting to put the PMF on the door. So I'm going to dismantle all the hinges and locks since I know they fit and get these prepped. I want to say thanks for all the comments we get on our channel. Really appreciate it. One of the comments and suggestions for me talking about doing the PMF on the trailer itself, suggestion was with as basically absorbent as plywood can be, is to put an initial coat of glue on and let that glue dry, and then come back and put the glue on for the PMF. So I'm going to try that on these doors and see how well that works. I think that's a good suggestion. We're going to give it a try and see how it does. Got the coat of glue on. We'll let that dry. We'll go wire a porch light while this dries, and then I'll come back and I've got my patch repair stuff that I can cover the screws and imperfections on before I put the fabric on. But we'll let the glue dry, get the screw heads and other imperfections covered up, then sand that, and then put on some fabric and get these painted. Be nice to have them finished and installed. So we'll just keep chipping away at it. So the cargo doors are officially covered in the canvas. I did do that idea that our viewer suggested, was to put a coat of glue down first and then let that dry and cure. I let that sit completely overnight before I did anything else to it. Came back, the second coat of glue did not seem to soak in very well. I was able to get the canvas to glue down really well. So tomorrow, after it finishes curing, I'm going to trim any excess edges off. I've got the hole for the deadbolt that I need to cut out. But then I should be starting to paint these tomorrow. So that's pretty exciting to know that's coming up here, and get some color on it. Once those are painted, it'll take me a few days letting the coats dry and then put another coat on, dry, etc., etc. It'll take me a little while to get them done and back on the trailer, but when they go back on, they will be painted, all the hardware will be permanently attached, and I will have working cargo doors. That will be a big, huge thing. And then when I get the inside far enough along that I can build my pass-through wall and my bed frame, then I actually have a real pass-through storage. So one step at a time, but it's coming together. Been chipping away at things. Got the final coat of paint on both of the compartment doors. This is for the storage compartment underneath the bed. The other side is also done and installed. Got the porch light wired in. Holes all sealed with caulk. I've got the wire coming in here, coming down. So this is where our dinette counter is going to be, and I'm going to run the wires inside the cab itself, inside the cabinet. I'm trying to limit how many wires I have inside my walls, just for, I mean, I don't expect there to be any problems, but if there are issues down the road, I want to be able to access and fix just about everything. And with the way I'm doing the walls, once the walls are sealed up, I'm going to have to like really tear things apart, because I intend on gluing and screwing these interior panels in just like I did the exterior panels. So all the wiring inside, for even like my tail lights and brake lights, I've got loops, and I'm going to carve out a small section in the foam insulation so that that will be loose in there. And that way, if I ever have to replace a light, I can pull the light off from the outside, pull wire out, because this is all painter's tape and this will all come off as I'm putting the insulation in. So I can pull these loops out, access the wires, change the lights out if I need to, without having to get into the wall. I am going to have to do something for the backup camera, which I haven't wired in yet, but that'll be relatively easy, I think. But I think what I'm going to work on next is I've got the water heater set in place where it needs to be. The platform that it's sitting on is the proper height. I've built a front leg for it. I need to build a rear leg for it. I need to, I've got some 2x2s that I've cut at 45-degree angle, as the instructions say, to put on both sides to keep the water heater from moving around. I need to build a back leg, finish building that platform for it, and get that painted as well, so that as I finish the interior, because like this wall, once I get it paneled, I'll want to cut the paneling out to the exact dimensions of the opening. I can't do that with a water heater there, so I want the water heater out. But once I have this wall sheeted and that hole cut out and everything ready there, I intend on installing it and getting in place, sealing it up in the opening, and getting all that taken care of. So I think that'll be my next project, is to get that platform figured out, get it finalized, and get it in here. So we'll work on that. First sheet of insulated board is here, and we are going to start insulating the inside of the trailer. So cool to start seeing this part of the project start, and looking forward to start doing the finishing work inside. But here we go. And the first piece of insulation is in. Another day working on the insulation. Got pretty much the whole back wall done. I don't have the two pieces that are going to go up here. This side I have to figure out what I'm doing with the rear camera, RV camera wires, because I need to drill a hole and have access to that. So I haven't quite figured that section out yet, but we're working on it. Then we start working on the door side. I got pretty much up to the door. I'm going to call it a day now. I did mess up on one panel, and my roof line is at a diagonal, so I can't turn this piece around, and I cut it the wrong way. The foil's supposed to be facing inside, but I figure one piece right there, it's not going to be that big of a deal, so I'm not recutting it. And it's glued in there, so now it's going to stay there. And hopefully tomorrow I can get back on it, finish this area around the door, and to have that side all done. I'm not doing the front yet because I've got a couple things to do on the front before I insulate it, including building a cover to protect our window when we're traveling. And then I also want to put in some backing plates for bolts to hold a aluminum diamond plate rock guard on the front, which I haven't done yet. So once I get done around the door, I will start on this side, get this side all done, and then depending on where I'm at, how things are going, I may start paneling inside the trailer The sooner I can get the paneling done inside and get that attached, I can actually start putting together the pass-through storage area and start putting in the actual real bed frame, so the bed frame's in place where it should be. So I may work on that before I finish the front, but we'll see. We will see. But it's coming along. Just wanted to show you progress, and we'll keep chipping away at it. Been chipping away at it. I have 3 walls of the trailer completely insulated. I've got the F1 parts through F5 actually go up front. I have all the pieces cut for the front, but I need access to the front right now because I still need to build my window protection, and I want to put in a rock guard, and I want to put in some backing plates in here so that the screws to hold all that together have more to bite and to hold than just that 5 mil. But once I have those installed, I'll need to trim the board insulation to fit over the plates that I put in. But other than that, they're cut to size and they're ready to go in. So once I get those 2 front projects done, I can install all the insulation and get to completely paneling the inside. So we're moving forward. I love it. Well, things can't be all work. Now that we have the trailer far enough along that we can actually go camping in it, I feel like I can take a little bit more free time than I was before. And one of the things we like to do in the summer is hit the fair. It's county fair season across the state. Deschutes County Fair just got done last week. We didn't make it to that one, but we were able to make it a Crook County Fair. Sonia and I both were able to put several things in the fair, and both did reasonably well on our exhibits. It's always a fun time of year. It was super exciting to see Sonia win the superintendent's choice on one of her quilts, especially the trip quilt that you guys have seen on this channel being put together. That was really awesome. And there's just so much to do at the fair. And it's also super exciting for us as we go around and look at different things that we see items made or put in the fair by folks we know and their kids. And it's just super exciting to see that, and just seems to be really community building. And it's just, we ran into several of our friends there at the fair and were able to talk to them and find out about things they put in, and just a good time of year. Really enjoy it, from the open exhibits where you've got the photography and the drawing and quilts and fabric work and food, flower arrangements, all kinds of things too. They have several booths. We were able to catch up with some old friends while we were walking the booths. And of course the animals. It's always fun to walk around, see the animals. Several of the kids, families that we go to church with, they are FFA and 4-H kids, and it's always fun to look at the name cards and find animals being exhibited by the kids we know. Just a good time. Have a good time doing it. It's relaxing, nice to get away from always doing the work all the time, and just had a great time. And this year's fair, it was not too hot. There's been a couple of times in August during the fair that the temperatures are over 100 degrees and it's downright uncomfortable to be at the fair. And this year it was nice and cool. It was just a beautiful day, beautiful weather, had a great time. And then after the fair, we actually found a local car show. It was small, but it was still neat. I haven't been to a car show to look at some old custom cars in a while, so that was a lot of fun. And maybe down the road, it won't be anytime soon, but maybe down the road I'll have a cool custom old car that I can fix up and take to shows like that as well. But hope you guys enjoy. Thanks a lot for coming along and watching our videos. And as always, we'll see you on the next adventure.